Well, well, well. Look what I dragged in. It's you. Hi. Hello. I missed my cue because I was distracted by these cute fellas over here. I've finally gotten the complete set. It only took me a while because, you know, money. But we have all 8 of them, which is kind of like all of them are so light, and then you have like the colorful ones in the back. You kind of wanted to like arrange 3 Racha. Felix is just in the middle. We love this, you know. Technically, he should be in the middle because he is the solar system. we have Hankoka and Lino. And we have the babies, Sunmin and Ayan, and then we have Hyunjin, Felix, Changbin, and Papa. Papa! He's there. I might need to get like a basket because they look so squished. I mean, they do look like the cuddle, so like it's not that bad, but I just wanted to show them off because they're finally complete. The rest, like, all of them just came in today. Well, not all of them, but the last 2. Volko Racha joined the ranks. Also, I have the feeling my bangs are a little too long because I can't see. They're cute, so I'm, you know, not too mad about it. But they're here, they're present. Isn't that just fantastic? Also, I'm gonna turn up the music. I don't think you can hear much of the background music, so maybe I'm gonna turn that up just a smidge. A little bit. Yeah, that's too much already. That seems okay. It's not too loud. So we're okay, I think. But yeah, today we're gonna try and finish the not this one, that one. Masquerade of the Guilty. Which I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that, but we're gonna try our best. I'm gonna actually open up the little thingamajig because that helped me last time a bunch to like figure out where we're at in terms of like that quest. Because technically we've got just a little bit left, but that might not mean anything, and I don't necessarily have 3 hours today because I need to be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. So maybe we're gonna have to split it. Yay. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's even a good idea to stream today. I'm just realizing, well, I mean, you know, I was like questioning myself, like, is that even a good idea to stream today? I'm gonna, but I don't know, like, if the first chapter thing takes like less than an hour, I'm considering doing all of it. But we're just gonna see, you know, we're gonna go apocalypse and then we're gonna see how it goes. Alright, 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 okay. Poisson, let's go to fish. Let's go fish! Having a job, so exhausting. A privilege to have it, but Jesus Christ.
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of death at station.
You are
Could
correct.
Could Farina really be here?
Yes.
Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Yes. There she is. Next to dead fish. The fish. Chunk. Hi. No.
That's Farina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
No. Stay quiet for now.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless.
Babe, don't kill yourself.
What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead.
Well, that's a heavy topic.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello. What a way to start.
I'm sorry.
Do not step into that water.
What can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
Furina.
Who's that?
It's me.
Don't worry, Farina, it's just us.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects, come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
So much like bravado, but like no backbone whatsoever.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
Yeah, it's very hard to hide those.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment of the arts.
You were 2 seconds away from doing the non-exist.
They even dare to tout their Archon! I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marish Chaussee Phantom are freaking out right next to them too.
Stop trying to act tough, Farina. You're actually beyond devastated right now, aren't you?
Of course not.
Sweetie.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there!
Oh god.
Quick, after her!
Oh Jesus. Well?
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
Yeah.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that that is the case.
That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Snip. And gone she is. Whoop. Okay.
Farina just ran off.
Yeah.
Quick, we have to catch up with her.
We'll try. Everybody's after Farine. Bye. And the angry mob. Is the angry mob here? Yeah. The angry mob! Let's go. Everybody's just running. Okay. Oh no. They disappeared. Smart.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina!
One sec. I'm gonna turn that up just a smidge.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you.
What is this place?
That's a great question.
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
Alright. Let's go. Where are we? Whose house are we in? Is my question. Where are we? Yeah. Very claustrophobic.
Paimon's exhausted.
You flew.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
This place is not what I'd call soundproof. You might want to lower your voice and to stay hidden.
You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
Paimon! Uh-oh. Are we being shipped?
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Another disaster just struck, I suspect.
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happening again?
Yeah.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Novelette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already...
Has Farina finally reached her limit? Now that she's talking about her actual feelings, she's starting to look far less stiff. You begin to talk amongst yourself as Farina slowly calms down.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me.
Okay.
I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
But even then, you still haven't given up, right?
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free.
But that would also mean that all hope would disappear.
Indeed. I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson.
Jeez.
Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late.
That is true.
Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end.
Oh, honey.
Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all.
Farina.
Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Sure.
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
No. We gotta hide the vulnerability behind a facade of being completely, nonchalant about it. Otherwise, how will we cope? We're running out of time. We can't just go back to square one like this. I have to get more information out of her. Farina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden.
Yes.
That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes. I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here.
One way to put it.
And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
I do sometimes intervene. I have almost killed a god.
If that's the case...
There's no time left. Please, Farina, just spit it out. Ooh. Cutscene. Uh-oh. We're gonna die. Uh-oh. Hi. Well? That was not the greatest trick you've ever
Ladies
pulled.
and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance.
From the very beginning, it's always been about appearing and disappearing things. So this makes sense, but I don't like it, Linny. I don't.
Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
Babe.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes.
Ha.
Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
Well...
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial?
Hi, Nevi.
In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Well, this has taken a turn. Nevi is just up there being like, I gotta obey the rules of the trial. And Furi's like, bro! But you gotta obey the rules of the trial, baby.
You would draw your blade against a god?
You don't sound very sure. But there she is.
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Hi, baby. Uh-oh.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
Is she gonna die?
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Uh-oh.
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Farina, what is the meaning of this?
Shut the fuck up.
Shh! It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Farina.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
Always.
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time.
Oh, baby.
I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes.
Your crimes.
You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself.
Oh, hun.
But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve.
Oh my god, hey, look, there's Navia in the first row and Lynette over by Furine's hand.
I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice!
You don't know what the world is. Tivad.
This time, I will protect you.
I'm sure.
Applaud and rejoice.
No.
One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes.
Sure.
Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Woohoo!
Oh, now we're making history.
Same Nevi.
Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes?
Yeah, but she's been an entertainer for centuries, of course. Centuries? Yeah, centuries. Decades is the tenor, and centuries is 100. Listen, English is not my first language.
Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
Never a guarantee, baby.
All right, then. Who will be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
It's me, isn't it? Thank you, Your Honor. So did we know about this?
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
Yes, ma'am. We were so close to getting her to tell us the truth, and it still turned out like this in the end. It's okay though. As long as we can defeat Furina in court, we'll still have a chance to figure everything out. Alright. It's like an actual duel with guns. Hello. Yay.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
I don't know, actually.
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
What meeting? What day, huh?
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Oh.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Hi, girl.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates.
Oh. Hello.
They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean, the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontainian history.
Haha.
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence.
Damn.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Areneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human.
Is it an Archon instead of a human, or is it a human trying to be an Archon?
My thanks, Furina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
Linny always focused on the performance. Furine always, and ever, presently focused on her performance of being a person. Go hand in hand. They're just like two performers looking at each other. It's never human to human, person to person. It's performer to performer on such like a high pedestal. It's very fascinating to witness.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Sorry about that. We deceived you back there. Haha.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight.
I mean, the champion duelist is always ready for a fight, I feel like.
Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
He has such a smooth voice, it's so nice.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
I do have a feeling like half of the people in Fontaine have like a death wish, including Furine. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh.
As
She's so
for
cute.
you, traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson.
Something like that.
You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
No, you guessed wrong.
Oh?
My mission was to give you one last chance. We hoped that you'd share your secret with us before the magic box arrived onto the stage.
Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance.
Yep, by a long shot. Babe.
It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Haha. Yeah, the only thing we can do now is to judge the Hydro Archon. Woo! Still, I can't help but be a little bothered by that conversation earlier. What did Furina want to say to me before we arrived on the stage? That's the question!
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along.
Hello, hi Esmond.
This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Ooh.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte!
Hi!
Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh?
Oh, she's a speedy one.
Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine!
Yay.
So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for an argument!
It's a super practical gift. I never would have thought of using it this way.
Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
Yeah, I need that.
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right. I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case I'd been following all this time. I guess you could also see this as a happy coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time Monsieur Nervillette had a difference of opinion with the Oratrice. Even the Hydro Archon can't figure it out. A Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something.
Mm-hmm.
The fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed in a single day. That I didn't witness that scene personally will always be a source of professional regret, I think.
The whale in the dream.
According to Monsieur Nervillette, both Child and that whale should have been in the primordial sea at that time.
Okay.
I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, that still gives me shivers. The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you.
Fair.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Yay.
Oh, come on, Nervillette. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this.
She like flip-flops like a fish from being very open, vulnerable, and honest to hiding so far behind her own facade that she almost doesn't seem like herself anymore. Which, you know, you could make an argument about what is truly herself. This is clearly a facade, but we only know her facade, really. So, there is an argument to be made. But it's just so fascinating to see that flip-flop. Like, every couple of sentences is like, the bravado comes back. It's very fascinating.
Of course. It is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon.
Oh my god, Lumine speaks? Crazy.
Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
A fraudulent Archon? That's crazy.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Then who the fuck is the real Archon? Neuvillette?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon at all?
Oh my god.
Charge accepted.
Nevi! Jesus. Okay.
Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge?
Well, that's, you know, she was also expecting something wildly different, so I can understand the hesitance.
Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
A fraud? Oh my god. Hi. Wait, 1 second. Screenshot. Hello? Wait. Ava Sable or Avasable? Which way would you like to be referred to? Hello. Hi, welcome to Genshin. How's it going? It's going great. We're uncovering the secrets of this Archon who might not be an Archon. So, shocking news today. I love your the little knight you've got going on. It's very cute. Second name you mentioned was correct. Avasable. I'm getting sidetracked. Nice. Glad to hear that. Yeah. Amidst the trial.
Yeah. Even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
Well, if you let us, like, to talk about it, maybe we can explain ourselves?
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory.
Suppose?
See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld?
I mean, we'll have our reasons for even saying that, so, you know.
If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the god of justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
Huh. An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute Farina's claims, but also overturn the long-held beliefs of the people.
That is also true. The people only see you as their Archon because that's their long-held belief.
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am?
A human. I don't play this game, but its story is really good. Fair. I've been playing this game for about a year, but I'm like catching up with this Archon quest on stream. It's a slow process. It's a very slow process, but we're getting places. We're getting there. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it gets better, I feel like, over the countries that we discover.
And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
Maybe because you're cursed with immortality. Who knows? When do you usually stream? Well, I do have a schedule down in the description. If you look into the About section, there's pretty sure like a very, very large panel that says schedule that tells you when I stream, because it's usually only Genshin. I have some times where I don't stream on the given days because something else comes up, because I have a full-time job and also am still in school. So things happen. But if you want to be updated on that, you can join the Discord, which is also downstairs in the description. And you will be updated on any time I do or don't stream or whatever we do stream. Because this week, for example, I'm streaming today and Friday with a friend. And on Friday, we're streaming the pumpkin game because we are going to be having a Halloweeny time. Keep it up, cutie. Thank you. Got to think carefully. What do we know to be special about Furina exactly? Oh, good lord. Irrelevant. Ooh. Okay. Aha. That is true.
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Oh my god, Paimon. I work in a bakery behind the counter to sell things. So tomorrow, for example, I need to get up at 4 in the morning. It is currently 7:40 p.m. So I probably can't stream for long today. And I am also an apprentice, which is why I'm still in school. I am, in fact, 22 and in school because I'm an apprentice. That is... I'm not underage. Don't worry about it. But yeah. That. So... Baked goods. I am the baker. It does sound good. It also tastes very good because I get to eat there. It's great. I love it. It is very exhausting, but I do have very good food there. So, you know, pros and cons everywhere.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
Possibly. It doesn't matter who gave us information. What matters is the veracity of the claim.
A curse.
Claim.
I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse.
Ooh.
But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
So Furina, instead of an Archon, could you just be a cursed human?
Lady Furina is actually a human?
Crazy. You're a chef in a bakery? No. I am a normal salesperson learning to be a better salesperson in a bakery. I don't make the things. I only sell them. There's a difference. Yeah.
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
Uh-oh, we're back at...
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being?
A human being.
Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods.
So what do you think about streaming? I mean, do you have any future plans for streaming? Well, I am merely doing it as a hobby, technically. Like, sure, a career in this could be something, but I'm not planning on it. I'm merely doing this because I like to do it, I guess. It's fun. And also a sort of selfish legacy-esque thing of having, you know, just all of this as video up, you know, archived on a YouTube channel somewhere. So that's mainly it. Hi, Eco! I'm free in here. Let's go! We're in the middle of, so what you've missed, Eco, is that we're currently accusing Furine of not only not being an Archon, but actually just being a cursed human. So, thank you. It is freshly banged. Bangs are maybe too long, but honestly, who cares? They look great. Yeah. So we're in the middle of accusing our dear Furina.
For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the endemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Love that she just absolutely did not say that correctly. I also didn't really, but like she said it worse than I did. Yeah, they are banging. Sorry, that sounds so wrong. It was bad. No, the bangs are banging. You're correct. Also, Eco, they're watching. You already saw that, but they're here underneath the screen, just chilling with me. Yeah, I had careful. Had him with me today. I specifically got little like cable ties that like screw on and off of these because I'm so scared to lose them because a lot of these little fuck ass thingies already broke. So I was like, nah man, I ain't taking no chances. So they're all zip tied to me. My heart is full of warmth. Yeah. They are complete and just cuddling in a cereal bowl. I can't watch the screen because, you know, data sucks. But thank you for being here. Mwah. I hope, you know, work isn't kicking your ass too hard. Hope you have time to chill. A tiny bit at least. I mean, I wish for you all of the chill, but, you know. But I agree with Eco. Nice hair, girl.
Thank you.
It's very nice and curly still. And it's also long as fuck. You can't really wait. Okay, we're interrupting this to show just how long. I mean, this is like the lower parts of my hair. We've got a lot, though. Look at that. It's grown so much. Wow. My god, hi Azzy. Everybody's here. Hello! I mean, this is kind of where I stream normally before I switched over to Twitch, so this makes sense. But yeah, look at that. So pretty. Yeah. Have a good day, people. Gotta go work at work. Have at least a little fun at work. Okay? Alright. See you around. Back to business. So curly and long, yeah. They're so nice and curly. I kind of want to put more, like, because this is just like one chunk. There's no like layers there. Well, there's a lot of layers down here, so I might want to get more layery, but we'll see. The hair slaying, thank you. So much hair slay today. Also, new shirt, which very woodcutter because it's also a red flannel. I mean, it's a red plaid, technically. You know, semantics. But yeah, also, god accusations, or rather, human accusations towards a god. It's so chaotic. We love to see it. Oh, Jesus. What did you say? Fuck. What evidence proves that Ulrich is not the master of the Oratrice? Irrelevant. Great. Even Furina didn't know why. Is that correct? Maybe.
You tried to reference the Oratrice. But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, You should have come up with a good explanation for that by now.
True. The hair is being convicted of mass murder because of how much it slays. You are correct. It has murdered some people. Admitting this live on stream. Joking for any lawyers watching. Bah! It's very nice though. Also, bangs. I'm still like thinking they are maybe too long because they're like very in my eyes, but you know, anything for the looks. They look a little bit like a mushroom. And also the middle part, like this, look like I have a bald spot. I don't, it just doesn't like me. I just have a little swirl right there. Cover. Yay. Now you can't see my eyes. Ah, good one. Didn't
I make myself clear at the time?
No.
The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation.
That sounds like avoiding the subject to me.
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order.
Walt Juno, anime hair. It's like you can't do anything as soon as I... There's always a split. It's always the hair is always a split. Why must my forehead decide to take front and center stage? No.
While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial.
True that.
You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
He is unfortunately correct, Farina.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
Well, in that sense, Neuvillette is truly like a very lawful good person. Character, whatever. Because even in face of someone he would consider a friend or close acquaintance, as Farine is, more like a petulant child, but whatever. You know, even then he upholds all of that. Like, it's very, you know, the dynamics unfolding is very interesting to see. I keep hearing that one audio where he sings yeah, that one. Why are the people so far away? Are they yelling at each other so they can hear? Suspension of disbelief. Just, you know, maybe they have headsets. They hear each other through the ear things.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
Ha 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 ha.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice.
Gasp.
Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
Look at Paimon be so angry.
The real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day.
Okay, one admittance.
But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice.
Sure, we can put the Oratrice aside for now, but then, Miss Rena, could you give us a brief demonstration of your power as an Archon? Ooh, yeah.
My power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable power of an Archon?
You should be able to do it safely. I love that these people up there are, like, clapping. The rest are just like, meh. But They're just consistently clapping. About what? Yeah. I was also gonna say, why are they clapping? You know, don't question it. Don't question it.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
Love that. Let's go.
You don't need to go that far.
A brief demonstration of your power over Hydro should be quite harmless. Surely an Archon can at least match the capacities of a human with a vision. Oh my gosh, she has no power whatsoever.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon?
Ooh.
Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
Uh-oh.
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium!
You just came up with that on the spot, though, babe.
Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
Jesus.
Isn't that a huge stretch?
Very.
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
It's a full circle of you are a god, gave up all of your power, and thus became a human again. Or a mortal. Uh-oh.
Seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuse.
Yeah.
Hey, come now, everyone. Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar. I'm still the same Furina you knew, right? The one that you loved. Shouldn't you want to believe in me? Please? You've got to believe me.
That sounds a little bit desperate, though, Lovey.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And all of our ancestors? Ever since they were born?
Maybe. Oh, Jesus.
Enough! That's enough.
Sure.
Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is?
Nevilet.
If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say that I'm not actually the real deal?
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
It's things in the thingy thing? If we can't prove that she's in the Archon, we can try to prove that she's not just a human. And if she's only human... maybe?
It has been established that all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Kill yourself!
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Yeah, Nevi.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice.
Super sorry.
I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn.
She's just so excited.
Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives.
Yeah, and Furine was like seconds away from throwing herself in the waves earlier, so I am 90% sure that she's gonna dissolve if you put her in that water.
Including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Farina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case. But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse.
I love the people still clapping in the background.
Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
She might actually just off herself.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
You guess.
If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontainian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Are you actually going? Girl. Farina?
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Oh, she's considering it.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean...
What's going on? Is she really planning to... that's not what we thought she would...
She actually gonna do it? I don't think she's gonna. I feel like she's not.
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina, you may...
Oh, she's touching it. Uh-oh. Well?
Hey!
She actually... But that right there means technically she thought she was gonna die.
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved!
You're trying to convince yourself of that.
Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon! I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon as they touch this water! Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world?
Miss Siegewin? If you're present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
She's going hysterical.
Siegewin?
Hi.
Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds. Let me see.
Hi.
That should be enough.
Okay.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegewin.
What evaluation? What are we evaluating?
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that
she was panicking and thought she was gonna die.
She was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Ooh, so that means it was very, very, very diluted primordial seawater, but not... So it was kind of like the absinthe that they've been fucking around with. Not necessarily the pure kind. Because the pure kind would definitely would have dissolved her.
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
It's so, like, thought through. Like, we saw none of this. So, like, this is just, like, coming out of the thicket with punches. Like, hello, yes, we have completely prepared all of this. This is all according to plan. It's like, which plan? We've never known about a plan.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
No.
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, After extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Oh, she was so fucking ready to die.
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low content. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Farina could have.
Huh?
I can't believe you.
Oh. But what's really going on here? Farina can't have not known the consequence of touching that water as a human. Yeah, she has a death wish. Baby is suicidal. This is too unlike how she usually acts. Unless, Jesus, I keep accidentally pressing things. This is too unlike how she usually acts. Unless it's actually more important for her to keep up her facade than to save her own life. But hadn't she given up on everything a long time ago? Well,
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing.
Honey.
Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater?
Oh, she is panicking.
Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water?
'Cause you are actively suicidal. Yeah.
Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
Uh-oh. Honey, baby. Oh?
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
Exasperated audience member. I have a feeling I know who that is.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Farina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
Of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinal. I keep forgetting it's such a fuck-ass long name. Poor Pookie, yeah. Hi, girly. Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway her. She's too stacked against her now.
Hi, girl. You okay? Don't... Oh, she's gonna fucking crash out. That's not good. Oh no! Hi.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... Guilty.
Baby, no. Look at her. Oh, she's so sad. She's so sad. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, honey. Oh, that's already her on the throne being all sad.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal to render the final verdict on the charges.
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Let's go. At least he says it. Get it correctly. Uh-oh. Alright. So what's the verdict, huh?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Farina is...
Innocent?
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
I thought the Oratrice just declared Farina to be innocent. That would be such a fucking... Because, like, it said that child is guilty when he clearly wasn't. And Farine to be innocent when we've just basically proven that she is guilty of being dishonest about being an Archon. So, the fuck is going on? Plot twist? Plot twist upon plot twist?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Oh, but you were surprised by that.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon. Guilty.
So, is the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal actually the Hydro Archon? Kind of like how in Sumeru, the previous Archon was the, you know, the thing, the hive mind, and Nahida was kind of like not the hive mind. You know what I mean? Like, is this also actual Deus Ex Machina?
To be punished via the death sentence.
Girl, what?
The death sentence?
Since when do you have that? I thought this was a silly little theater land.
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
Jesus.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice?
That's crazy.
What an unexpected twist.
Furina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
You have a literal thing that tells you things that you can't in any way control. How did you think this was gonna go?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
That's the question.
Yeah, even Vache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
What's more strange is, instead of Furina, the Oratrice rendered judgment on the Hydro Archon.
Indeed. Not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Furina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place.
Yeah.
But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
It's a great question.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt.
Oh god, hi.
Is the trial still going?
Sort of.
Fremine! Oh, you finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
He's such a good kid. With some help from the other Fatui, Fremine brings the stone slate into the thingy.
That the first prophecy slate?
Oh my god! Crazy. Where did you find that? Also, huh?
Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water.
Okay.
But has the trial already concluded? Then doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh no. Father will be disappointed in me.
No, baby. Don't worry, the mystery hasn't been resolved yet. It's still not too late for you to shine.
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates, and would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
Okay. Jump.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
This looks like the previous Hydro Archon releasing her divine power, turning the Oceanids into human beings. Human beings?
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Alright, do tell.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Furina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon. So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kinda talking about?
Kind of.
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
And it's an association between the contents of the slates and the events in real life.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. Paimon will do her best to help you remember.
Thank you. Okay. You're playing a minigame? Oh god. Select to check the descriptions on the stone slates to extract key information from them. You can find scenarios in this. Oh god. Okay. Cool. Let's go.
The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans.
How did he carry that though? Magic. Maybe his Fatui friends.
Does that mean that Fontainians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Otherwise, it would be a fucking sad-ass chapter of life.
The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontainians were branded with their original sin. Does this mean that the original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing?
Possibly.
The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else?
Yeah. Child.
Well, the fourth slate is
I
the
think.
prophecy the Fontainians have been talking about. People dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her throne, and so on. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident, it was just a question of when and not if.
Alright. The real events related to the verified truth. It seems to show the former Hydro Archon using yeah. Primary seed, judged him as guilty. Yeah.
That doesn't sound...
Nope, sorry. Right, is it this? Yeah.
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women that Fontainians can be dissolved in primordial seawater. And this might be the reason that Fontainians can dissolve.
Okay. Skipped a little bit of that, but fine. Prophecy Slate 2. This it shows Celestia floating in the sky down upon them. She believes the prophecy will certainly happen, but that you needn't give up all hope.
That doesn't sound quite right.
What is it? And the Archon and her people worshipping him together, but the heavens still brought judgment upon them. You? Yeah.
Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened before. The
Ooh.
true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervilette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, as recorded on the stone slates.
Yeah. Stone sites on the rune showing the prophecy described as history. Singing to the sea. Yeah. You? Yeah.
It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could that be alluding to the same thing?
Possibly. Shows a scene that's basically identical to that described in the prophecy. Well, that's a sentence.
That doesn't sound...
Well, it's not guilty? No. So, is it Neuvillette?
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society, but not many people believed it at first. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater, which we know can cause Fontainians to dissolve. It seems increasingly likely that the prophecy may come true. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
Indeed.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater, converge, and take the form of an oceanid. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin.
Yeah.
Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by the people of Poisson in a court within her consciousness, and was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her stay. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter what.
Exactly.
The stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light.
Yeah. Yay. Verification complete. Yay.
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now! So that's how you can make sense of it.
Okay.
But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
That may be the case.
Let's hear them.
The first slate reveals that Fontainians are not real humans. Woo!
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
We're not real humans.
We're not real humans.
Oh my god.
All Fontainians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis.
Yeah, that makes so much sense that they then dissolve into their original form.
The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into Oceanids.
Yeah.
Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial, all of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The second slate reveals that the crime of the Hydro Archon was her creation of the Fontainians from Oceanids.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating humans without prior permission.
She was just so lonely.
That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty. It's to account for that ancient sin.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
Yup.
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese. The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
As for the third slate, I'm still convinced that it should come after the fourth slate.
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea?
No.
So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate?
Fourth slate depicts the fulfillment of the prophecy as it is already widely known.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
Yes.
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect so many pieces of the truth.
Yay.
However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different power source.
Oh my god.
When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion.
So?
Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within. If everything goes well, we should finally be informed of the unadulterated truth.
Yay. Go. Alright.
Well? Did you get it?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly summarize it for you.
Thank you.
Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct.
Thank you.
In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land.
Aww.
The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind.
Human beings.
However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the seven, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life. Not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea.
Oh.
She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids.
Damn.
Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race.
That is true.
And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
Sort of. You know, it's kind of like after a couple of generations, and also crossbreeding between other, you know, Tevatians. How much does that still, like, hold up? Like, how many can Oceanids reproduce organically as humans? Because technically they wouldn't be able to, right?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct.
So they are in the right order? What is the third slate supposed to represent, then?
A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea.
Huh.
The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate.
Sorry, it's a great chat.
Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice.
It can't be.
Yes, it refers to our present situation.
Well,
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy...
Well, Furina is, like, already in the position of, like, death be upon my subjects. Like, she's already in the grieving position of itty-bitty baby, so, like, technically the prophecy is already pretty much fulfilled.
In truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
Yeah, you can't run away from fate, I fear.
What should we do?
I don't know. It feels like there's no way out of this.
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
Yeah. If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Maybe.
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions.
How dare you?
About the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes?
Yeah.
However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come.
Jesus.
As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
I have. Oh god. The ultimate proof.
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
Okay. Verify truth. House of the Hearth. Judge is guilty. Actually, for some sort of course. Indescribably massive whale. The whale.
It was both dream and reality.
Crazy. Okay.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. It's whale time! Well, that's not nice. My boy! Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. No! He's back inside? Also the gesture of... Which is...
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
Yes. The pose of him doing this, which is in gladiator terms, like, kill him. Like, you look up and you get the decision of whether to let him live or kill him. Funny. Like that. That was funny. Holy shit, and he just fell back in! Baby, no! I wonder how long they've been fighting, because he looked pretty fucking shaken up. Where's my husband? Come back from the war with the big fish. I wager that it's also the one that Child saw when he was young.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here.
Okay, sure. Whatever you say.
That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while.
Aww.
It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontainians nigh impossible to resist.
Oh, bruv.
Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the form of Fontainians.
Woof.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time.
Yeah.
Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner.
That's not good.
From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That's why I'm saying he looked very haggard.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this.
That battle maniac is such a... not really out of pocket thing to say, but damn.
Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
It is too late.
What do you mean?
It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
That's not something I will accept.
Well, you can unaccept all of that as much as you like, Navia. It's still fucking happening.
We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Well?
Indeed. That's not how a grand performance should end.
Babes, you are still too caught up with the fact that things are supposed to be performances when this is clearly not a performance and this is clearly real life. And real life sucks sometimes.
I'll fight it to the end. No matter what.
Oh, you're so cute.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
No.
The prophecy. Yes. What has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
After everything, it still turned out like this. We couldn't fight against fate. Wait, but if this is all about fate...
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners, where the gods' gaze does not fall? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
Could it be that even if the prophecy will be fulfilled, there will still be a way to save everyone? Oh. Did I miss something? Probably. Wait, I forgot about Furina. What was it that she wanted to say to me at the last moment in the giant magic box? That is a great question. What did she want to say? What is her real secret? Jesus. Uh-oh.
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Jesus.
Furina!
Baby.
No, I still need answers.
Focalors. Okay. Where are we? What's happening? Hello. Hello, Damocles sword. Hi.
You.
You. Farina? I don't think that's Farina.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
Focalors.
Ah, the sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Love that she still has, like, Farina's personality, but, like, a motherly voice rather than a petulant teenager.
Focalor. Why did you deceive us?
That's a great question.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else, too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
What? You're deceiving God?
Deceiving the heavenly principles.
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria, for the uninitiated.
Hi.
It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe. Now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time.
But isn't it, like, super fucking stupid to reveal all of your plans before everybody is saved? Because technically, on a technicality, everybody's still in so much danger. In so much danger, baby. Everybody is still in very much danger to die because of the fuck-ass narwhal. And the heavenly principles can probably hear you. Just saying.
I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
Uh-oh.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known.
Again, with not taking existence seriously.
After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being.
Damn.
The me you see before you now is that divinity. and the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina.
Jesus.
She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her.
Anyway, so then I killed her. I started shooting.
All
Jesus.
part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
I'm sure. Yeah, Nuvi's not happy about that.
Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon, alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness.
That is so evil.
Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human, isn't she?
Yeah.
Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being.
Yeah, so you're cursing her with major depression and other shit. Like, she's, like, suffering. That's not nice. I mean, none of this is nice. Not even remotely. This is horrendous.
I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
Yeah, Focalors is not a good person. Not a good god. Sure, but like, fucking hell.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it.
More than that.
It's been 500 years.
The poor fucking lass.
And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Yes. Cool. Hi. I came into contact with Farina's tears. If I remember correctly, tears often contain a being's strongest emotions. With sufficiently strong hydrosensitivity, I can form an emotional connection, just like I did with that Oceanid in the Fontaine Act V. Wait, could this be Farina's inner world? Farina? What is she doing on stage? Wait a moment. That probably isn't Farina. That's likely a reflection of her inner self. If I can directly speak to that self, I might be able to easily get what I wanted to know. I came here for answers. Either way, this opportunity is not to be missed. Let me try talking to her. This is such a domino effect, because technically, I didn't even want to go that far. But this is the first and possibly even only time that I will be able to interrupt this. I think, even though this is the worst cliffhanger ever, maybe that is a good idea, because like I need to go. I have like 7 hours of sleep left, so I need to go. But hello, can I leave? Yes, it is letting me leave. Wonderful, thank you. All right, are you gonna? Yeah, all right, good. All right, because like I need to go to bed. We have experienced Furina's trial. We're almost there in terms of figuring all of this out, and by the next stream we will be finishing this. Unfortunately I have to end here because of me having an early shift tomorrow. Next week, hopefully on Monday, we will be able to continue and end this. So many fucking plot twists left and right. Crazy shit. I knew, admittedly, a little bit of this. I knew that Furina wasn't actually a god and that Folklores was a separate entity, but I didn't know exactly how that all, you know, fit together. So I was very excited to find out finally what like the correlation of all of this was. So very happy about that. Very happy to continue this as well and finally finish it at some point. Fucking work always coming in, swooping in, and just messing everything up in terms of how long I can actually stay up. But yeah. On Friday, this Friday, at 8 p.m, because I need to work, 8 p.m, we will be streaming the annual Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival with none other than the Evan, to which I will be sending you in just a second. So I hope you look forward to that. I am pretty sure I forget the details, but I'm pretty sure Evan and I will each be streaming, so you have two perspectives on what we will be doing on the Pumpkin Festival. We might even manage to figure out how to stream together, because that's a thing on Twitch, so maybe we'll figure that one out. In any case, I hope you have fun. Where I will be sending you in a second to Evan, because he is streaming something, and I forgot what he is streaming, but we will figure that out in a second. Is he even streaming? He should be, because it's Wednesday. Yeah. Where are you? I mean, maybe a lot of people are streaming. Maybe that's the thing. Hello. Where's my boy? Anyways, in a second. But yeah. Friday stream with Evan. No Saturday stream, unfortunately, because I'm at a dinner reservation. Sorry. Next Monday, Genshin. Finishing this quest, hopefully. Yay. And yeah. I'll keep you in the loop. Discord is where it's at in terms of like organizational things, if I miss anything, if anything changes, if there's any updates, and of course getting pinged for stream if you don't have the, I don't know, notification on Twitch. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to raid my boy, because that's not my boy. Where's my boy? Hello? Collins. Yeah, there he is. Why are you not being shown to me? You're not offline though, you're live! Maybe it needs to be up for a couple of minutes. That's okay, we can just chat. I have the little like list open, like maybe you can see that. This right here, that's the list of like the different acts within a chapter, or chapters within an act, whatever. So I'm like kind of like trying to figure out where a good option to like opt out is. So that's why I keep like looking over here and being like, okay, where am I at? Roughly. God, I'm tired. So yeah, that's why that is happening. I'm already like thinking of a thumbnail for today's stream VOD, which will probably happen tomorrow, not today, because EP. But yeah, I was trying to make time happen, but Jesus, yeah, no, my brain is just leaking out of my ears right now because I'm just tired. But yeah, I hope you had a lot of fun. And can I please just raid my boy? Yeah, there he is. Okay, cool, wonderful. So it probably has to be starting for 3 minutes. That's, you know, yeah. Yeah. I'll see you on Friday. And until then, I'll see you on the Discord probably. But yeah. Bye. Send love to Evan. Bye bye. Alright. I'm just gonna